Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. How are you guys doing? It's so good to come to you in another video. If you're returning to Spurs, thanks for being here. Thanks for being amazing as always. And if you are seeing this beautiful face for the first time, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoy watching this video. I hope it inspires you. You like it so much to hit the like button, to leave a comment, and also to hit the subscribe button. Remember to turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the subsequent videos. So today, guys, I have an honorable guest in the house. And yes, I have my husband on the channel today. I would like him to introduce himself.
Hi everyone, this is Joshua once again.
So somebody asked a question sometimes, like there was one video we did together. Somebody asked about in-laws and in-laws relationship and all that. I can't really remember the question, but can you like touch a bit on what you think is the effect of in-law relationship on the success of a marriage?
Okay, in-law relationship on marriages. Like the Yorubas will say that you can have a bad wife, but you cannot have a bad in-laws.
It's easy to have a bad
wife than having.
But these days,
it is.
It is hard to have bad wives too.
Even so, it is better to have a good wife and have a good in-law relationship. There is no two way to it, because if the in-law is good, if the in-law relationship is good, that will give you an added advantage that your wife relationship too will be an excellent one. You cannot be on the wrong side with your in-laws perpetually. There must be times you just have to compromise that peace will reign. Maybe there is a particular tradition or there is a particular things that should be done in a particular way that is not against your faith. That's the underlying factor. In as much as it is still in line with your faith, that is where in-law relationship comes in. We must, both left and right, we must try to ensure that we have a good in-law relationship. No matter what we do, be it good or bad, one day we ourselves will find ourselves in the position of in-laws to some people too. You either become a father-in-law or a mother-in-law, and like the Yoruba will say that it is what you did yesterday that will determine what you will receive tomorrow. So if you have a good in-law relationship today with your fathers or with your parents-in-law, to some extent you are building yourself to having a good in-law relationship with the spouses of your kids too.
So guys, this thing that we just touched on, it took me a while to understand it. It took me a long while, and it is the fact that you can't expect not to have a good relationship with your in-laws and expect that you will have a very smooth relationship with your spouse. It took me time. You cannot expect that, for example, you are not on good terms with your mother-in-law and you will be and your husband will be like 100% with you. There is something about that thing. And it's also this is not me saying that. I've seen stories of people that I think there was a video on Solilokwe Solutions channel about somebody that calls a guy that calls his mother every night for 1 hour. No, that's not what I'm saying. You know, that one is over matter. I've entered that matter. But for you to be able to have a good relationship with your spouse, you need to be able to have a good relationship with your in-laws. Because the fact is, these people, they not fall from heaven. Your spouse is not fall from heaven. And you need to, there will be compromise. And that there was something Mommy Funke Adejumo said about the fact that this person is not, your mother-in-law, you want to see her as your mother, but she's not your mother. So there will be some things you can do to your mother that you can't do to this person. Because, there are some, I don't know, there are some ways you can talk to your mother. Not rude, yo. It's not like you are rude. But there are some ways you talk to your mom that if you talk to your mother-in-law like that, it might be seen as you are being insultive or something. It's just the way it's just the way life is. and you should expect that this person, even your mother offends you, but there's a way you settle with your mother.
Yeah.
And you should also learn to settle with, like, if there are issues, learn to, you know. And I think it was hard for me because I feel like, oh, I don't want to offend somebody should not offend me. So when I'm offended, it's like, it touched me. But it's something I had to work on to ensure that even in the midst of offenses, you need to learn to forgive. You need to learn to you also ask for forgiveness, so that there have to be a good relationship with your in-laws in order for you to have a good relationship with your. You cannot be angry with your mother-in-law, and anytime your husband calls, for example, you are angry that he's calling his mother, and you want your husband to. It's not like the husband said for intentionally say, because you are not happy with my mother, I will not be happy. It's just it's just the dynamics of life. If you love my parents, if you love my people, there's this peace, there's this what's that word? There's this stability I have in my heart that makes me also want to relate with you better than if you don't have a good relationship with them. And then that thing is said about sometimes we used to forget sometimes that we two are going to be in-laws one day. We used to forget that we are, I have a girl child, I have 2 boys. I'm going to be mother-in-law to 2 women someday, and I'm going to be a mother-in-law to a guy one day. Like, it's something that's going to happen. And if I can't learn to relate with my in-laws now, what is the assurance I'm going to learn to relate to my in-laws like as a mother-in-law at that time? So it's just what it is. So there is one other thing we'll talk about in this video before we wrap it up. So something has been, going on the internet, and sometimes when I see it, I'm just like, well, it is well with you people. Then there are dynamics in marriages that just one post or just one person's perspective cannot handle, and that is when it comes to gender roles. So I know that for the longest of times, there has been some roles that they will say, this role is for the woman and this role is for the man, and that has been causing a lot of issues in some marriages. And from where I started from, because of lack of communication. Because but wait, what do you think about gender roles? What do you think about gender roles in marriages? Like, oh, these are the kind of things a man should do that a woman should not do. These are the kind of things that, those kind of things.
Okay, for me, I might not be able to say this role is gender based, because to the glory of God, it's not happening in my own home. It should be me giving my all into the family and my spouse to giving her all into the family. So if both parties are giving their all into the family, then how will gender role based equation come in? But that is when it can only come in if I'm not giving my totality to the success of the home, or my wife too is not giving her all to the totality of the home. That is when we have, oh, this is what a man must do, this is what a woman must do. Yes, male and female, he created them, and the woman was gotten from the man. And we have a saying that what a man can do, a woman can do it better. So if
I have unsubscribed from that association. I am not in that association of what a man can do, a woman can do better. Okay. I'm not available. They know that I am not here. Because see, and I think this is one of the things, when people are also talking about gender roles, they also talk about marriage has to be 50-50. You bring your own half, I bring my own half. But while you were talking, you already said it, that marriage cannot be 50-50. Marriage cannot be 50-50. Marriage has to be 100-100. And somebody even said that there'll be times your partner cannot even give 100 for whatever reason. I'm sick, my hormonal whatever is dealing with me, I have career issues.
But that is because of there is a condition to why the 100 is not complete. Not that it is said that my max is 50.
My max is 50. And at those times when I can't give my 100, it doesn't mean that you should also reduce what you can give.
Yeah.
So sometimes it can be 170, sometimes it is 130, sometimes it is 30, but somebody at every point in time has to be giving their 100. Like, this is my all. This is what, even someone that is sick,
Yeah.
What they are doing at that point is their 100.
Yeah.
Because that's their limit.
That's their max.
So it's like at every point in time, do all you can for your marriage. There's no so the dishes are there because I have swept the floor. When it is until they come back from work before the dishes will be done. I have done this, so it is until I have fixed the car. It is until I think I've only washed clothes maybe twice since we got to Canada in 2 years.
Yeah.
I think I've only washed clothes twice, and those twice were because it was not around. On the day you wash clothes, and that's why I said it does not happen in our own. I don't know gender roles. It cooks. The lunch today is Sunday. The lunch we had today was one that cooked it. It was one that made the poundo yam we had. Very yummy something. Gender roles is just, and one thing we can do or one thing we've been doing to ensure that gender roles does not come to play is still communication. If there's something I'm doing and I feel like there's another thing to be done that I won't be able to get to, I can always ask for help. Please, I need to do something. I think I called you which day, help me put beans on the fire.
Yeah, Friday.
See, I think and something Pastor Mildred used to say a lot is marry your friend. Marry somebody that you can relate with. That you are not afraid of. How will he take it if I say that he should help me put beans? Will he not say I'm insulting him? Or will he not, and all those things. So marriage at every point in time, gender roles.
I think another thing that could be giving hope to this gender role is looking to what is happening in other family. Like this family is having it this way, why can't I too have it this way? So I remember when we were having a family month in our former church in Nigeria, one of our elders gave this scenario of two families. One family was using a Volvo, and the other family, I think they too were using a very good car. But the wife started complaining. They were attending the same church. The wife started complaining that the husband has not been coming to open the door for her like the other family is doing. And the family that was using a Volvo, for every Sunday, people will see them that the husband will go and open the door for the wife. Yes, that is lovely. But to the man that was doing that, there was something underneath. So they now call them, like in the family month in the church, come and explain what has been going on. How have you been doing it? And when the man that was opening the door came out to say, for me to be opening the door for my wife, yes, I love her, but for me to fix what is wrong with the door, it will cost me between 500 and 700,000 naira. That was why, as at then, it does not have that kind of money to spend on the door handle. That was why he took it upon himself to go and be opening the door, unknown to the other wife, to the other family, that was the reason. She just thought, yes, it's a good thing. The husband should open the door for the wife. Yes, I want it too. But she does not know the details of why that man was opening the door. So as couples, don't compare yourself with don't compare your family with other family. Even what you are longing for in other family, that family you are looking at, they are also wanting to get something. You are doing your own family to their family. So it is not balanced. So what your spouse is doing, encourage your spouse and let it continue. Don't say, it is this particular thing that is happening in other family that must happen in this family. No, it will not work that way. And when we are making our requests, there should be some decorum in how we table our request. It should not be, yes, I want it now, or heaven will fall. No heaven will fall. No heaven will fall. So we should be mindful of how we communicate issues to our spouse. I pray we are helped.
Amen. And I think that's very, very important. Yeah, because the fact is we are human beings, and it's possible that you see something in other families.
Yeah.
That
yes, it is good that we covet good things
in your own family, but
we should not be desperate about it.
Yeah, we should not be desperate about it, and the way we present it matters. the way we present it matters. I remember that there was one story I heard of somebody that fought with her husband to get her a shoe. Like, I heard the story. The story was like, you know, before she got that shoe, she used to sing abusive song. You know what is Yoruba? And you know, like singing to insult the husband and all that. Only away. And at the end of the day, the husband got tired and got her the shoe. You know the sad part? The party she wanted to wear the shoe to, she carried the shoe on her hand to come home. Because she could not wear the shoe. It was like a shoe she saw in maybe one of her friends, with one of her friends, and she was like, she had to have the shoe or else not ever will fall. And she eventually got it, but she has fought, like, burnt bridges, created a wrong perspective about herself to her husband and all that in the process. And so communication, that's why I said, you know, when I started that, how to communicate is also a thing. Communication is not just shouting and saying, this is what I want, I must have it. Communication is learning to, you know, speak with decorum, like my husband said, and, you know, make your request known, you know, politely, you know, with, like, maturely. You don't have to scream and shout about it. And yes, like I said, you can see other things in other people, but you also must be careful. Like, it's not everything you see that you also want your own. Copy. Because I heard the story of one, you know, family of two families that actually came together, and the husband was saying that he wishes his wife is more like his friend's wife. The wife was saying she wishes her husband is like the other person's husband. The friend's husband. And they were like, okay, it was like a story, all this story, and magically it happened that they switched the spouses. And after 24 hours, they were like, they want to go back to the other person, because the fact is that thing, those things you have taken for granted with your spouse, some other people are looking at it and feeling like, oh, they want this in their own lives too. Yeah. So, like, if there's anything you want, because all of us are work in progress, if there's anything you want, the way we present it matters a lot in, you know, whether we will get it or whether we will never get it. Is there any other thing you'd like to talk about in this video?
Well, for now, no. But one important thing is you are a product of your spouse. If you are saying this is the kind of person I hope my spouse is, you are getting, are you kind of person?
You're attracting what you are.
Yes. You cannot, a stick cannot attract an iron. Iron will definitely attract an iron.
You will attract what? So those times you are saying, I wish, I regret, you have attracted what you want, what you are. So that thing you are regretting is you.
So we need to work on ourselves.
We need to work on ourselves. Thank you for watching this video, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. So if you have watched this moment and you have not hit the like button, now is another time to hit the like button.
Yeah.
Leave your thoughts about this video in the comment section. If you have other questions you'd like us to come together to film about, leave those questions in the comment section. And if you are yet to subscribe, you should also subscribe to the channel, turn on notification. And yes, thank you. Until we see in the next video, have a beautiful life, guys. Thank you.
All right, thank you, guys. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you. Bye, guys.